Hello, I'm Ian, Vicar of St Matt's, Kingsdown, Bristol, and I am sitting here in our beautiful church garden counting my blessings. But also today I'm not just counting my blessings, I am crying out to God, because while I count my blessings, we have the pictures of the trauma of Afghanistan, those men, women and children fleeing for their lives, and all the chaos and devastation and grief and hurt that surrounds that awful situation. In Middle Eastern cultures, they've often been famous for their hospitality. We read about that in the book of Genesis, when Abraham invited strangers into a lavish meal, only to find that they were angels. And we're reminded of this in the Bible, in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, when it says, "Do not forget to entertain strangers, for by so doing some people have entertained angels without knowing it." Hospitality is so key to the love and grace of God's way. But often strangers or people from different nations, different tribes, different communities, different groups can look at each other very suspiciously and without that sense of hospitality and friendship. And God's call to real godly hospitality, to open ourselves up to generosity of life, is a really very countercultural call, because it's not about self, it's about others first. And Jesus affirms this accountability in the Bible in what he says in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 25, verses 35. So I'm just finding this in the wind as it blows out here, keeping my fingers on the Bible. Jesus says, "For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me." Jesus Christ himself associates this sort of love and hospitality with being one of his followers. It is that important to him. And as I think about Afghanistan and the tragedy of all those people fleeing for their lives, I also think about other refugees throughout the world, those desperately trying to get into our own country, people from Syria, people from Hong Kong or wherever it might be, and the need for loving and generous and open hospitality. And as I sit here in this beautiful garden counting my blessings, as I said at the beginning, I also cry out to God. I cry out to God for all those people who are struggling and running for their lives and needing to find new homes and new encouragements and new hospitality. So may I encourage you, as the Lord is encouraging me today, to open up our lives fully to the needs of those around us who are displaced and who need our grace and our love. And with the Afghanistan tragedy, we can help practically at this time too. So what we're going to be doing at St Matt's is opening up the ability to give financially, practically, if you'd like to do so. And we'll be sending out a bulletin listing all sorts of different aid agencies and charities that you can give to directly. Or if you want to, you can give via the church and we will pass it on to Tear Fund or Christian Aid or one of those agencies. Please do open your hearts today to the stranger, to the refugee, to the displaced, to those who are struggling. And remember God's grace for us in our lives as we do so. Remember those words from Matthew's Gospel, those words where Jesus said, "When you help these people, you are helping me." Thank you.